at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you're born. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Yashamati Nandana, Brajaparanagara. Haribo, Haribo.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna,
Purchase your
Krishna,
tracks
Hare
today.
Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Purchase
Shri
your
Krishna
tracks today.
Chaitanya, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra,
Purchase your tracks today.
Gauranga, Gauranga, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna, Hare Hare, Gauranga, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Oh my Lord, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, 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 Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shri Vasari, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, oh my Lord. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah. Go Ranga Nityananda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna.
Beats by SV.com.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Beats by SV.com.
All right, let's chant a little japa now, huh? Hare Krishna. Go Ranga. Put your microphones on. And, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, 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 Hari, Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama Rama Rama
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama 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 Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Hare Rama Rama Rama
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya,
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya Shri Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya, Shri
Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Shri Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya
Shri Krishna Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna. Shri
Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna, my Lord. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Krishna Chaitanya. Jai Jesus, Shri Jesus, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, 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 Nityananda,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri
Nityananda, 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 Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhaktavinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhaktavinda. Every day's a wow here, man. I love it, man. Wow. And another wow. And another wow. And another wow. And Another, ooh, wow. Wow-wee. Right, Fanny? Isn't it like that? Praise, worship, Fanny says. We're going to have a thing. I'm going to have a page. Fanny says. Fanny says. See, everything's Fanny. Fanny song, Fanny says. Fanny says, praise, worship, trust. Also, Amy says. They work in the background, you know. Some work in the foreground, some work in the background. Praise, worship, trust. Thank Krishna. That's something I do every day. I'm so happy, and no one can take away my happiness. Amazing, isn't that? That's faith. You know, Lord Caitanya said something like that to Nityananda. He said, no one can take your ecstatic bliss away. Your name is Nityananda, eternal bliss. No one can take your blissful state. Yeah. Amazing. I was chanting, man, and you know, I'm hooked, man. I gotta come here every day, otherwise, it's just like there would not be a good day. Special mercy comes here. It's very special. Sadhu Sangha. Lord Krishna said, you know, you can't, he said, like in the Vrindavan mood, the Vrindavan Krishna, he's different than any other God. He's the same God, but different. See, spiritual variety. He's different there. You know, he says, I'm not attained in Vrindavan moods, you know, that those devotees have by any other process, you know, other than Sadhu Sangha with those kinds of devotees, that kind of association with those who chant the holy name with deep intimacy, you know, that you can see. Because if you can't see it, how are you going to attain it? You know, the devotees like Prabhupada, they didn't show it, right? So they didn't preach it. See, that's the preaching is you got to teach. You got to teach something, you got to demonstrate. Otherwise, you're just professing and speculating. You know, it's like a professor. You could go to school and then you have no experience of your subject in life, right? And you go on from school and you become a professor. Are you going to be a very good teacher? No, you're going to be speculating. You don't have hands-on experience. See, I mean, this is for people. Our group is for people who want hands-on experience. You want to see. You want to learn from somebody who is learning. You know, they're actually got their hands on what devotion is. It's really tangible. You can actually see it and learn from that experienced personality. You know, otherwise the speculators, they can't teach this. The speculators have to come and learn not to speculate, right? Because it doesn't work. Not like that. Yeah, yeah. So Krishna says himself, you know, I'm attained by Sadhu Sangha, and the details, the purport, is with those kind, not Sadhu Sangha with Vaidhi Bhaktas even. They also have to come to this if they want. You know, everybody. It's like you want to progress. Who's preaching the progressive path? That should be the question now. Who's preaching the progressive path? See, like Prabhupada came to New York and he sees all these people in the mode of passion. On the boat, he's thinking, oh my God, Krishna, how am I going? I'm going to this world of people in ignorance and passion, you know. And then he goes there and then he meets a Mayavadi guy, from India that he knew, you know. And the Mayavadi's trying to change Prabhupada. And Prabhupada looks at him and says, listen, man, I come here to add to this world, to add something to even you. He didn't say that blatantly, but that's what he meant. I didn't come here to take and to accept. I've come here to add something. It's the same thing. I didn't come here to take from the Vaidhi Bhaktas. I come here to add to them. You know, add something that's very important, just like Prabhupada thought. There's no wrong, it's not wrong to think like this because it's true. I come here to add to you guys. I mean, you might as well just tell you, if you can't see it, you can't see the elephant in the room. Maybe if I tell you, they can see it, you know? We come here to add this. This is the real deal, man. This is the revival of what Lord Caitanya brought to this world. You come here, you'll understand what Bhagavad Gita says. Those who understand the reason for the Lord Krishna's descent into this world doesn't take birth again, but it wasn't clear enough then, even with Radha and Krishna, because it was sealed in Vrindavan. The Lord Chaitanya broke the seal. See, and now it's sealed up again in 2023. Oh, yeah, but we broke the seal again. Who's going to break the seal? Who's going to show they can break the bow in the arena? Because this is the arena. This is where the games are, man. This is where the Roman games, the games. We're on a stage, man. Who's on the stage of the world, adding something to Vaishnavism and proving it over and over again? Ooh, watch out. The more ecstasy, the more all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so anyway, it's fantastic, man. It's great, man. We're here to add to the world. I was chanting, I was just thinking, Maya's new world order has no chance when my Lord is here. And we're building an army here. It's just like the Battle of Kurukshetra, man. Maya's on the other side, and we're on, Krishna's on this side. Krishna's using, see, it's like there's movies, they have these movies of these deities, and they're looking for avatars in this world, like chess pieces, like somebody's moving a chess piece on the board, right? See, and that's true. That's actually how it works. If you really fluff that out, we're like these chess pieces. This is why St. Paul said, we don't fight this battle of flesh and blood. It's of principalities. He knew he was being used by the Christ. See? And the Maya is using these people. So it's a drama. That's all it is. It's just a big drama. The Lord always wins. He'll win here. Why not? This is Kali Yuga. Does everybody believe in the Srimad Bhagavatam? Well, actually, Chaitanya Leela, that this is a golden age? That many people are going to be delivered. You think it was just 550 years ago? You think the Lord starts a small mission like that when he comes to this planet? Are you kidding? This is a huge mission. Vasudev Dutt prayed, I want the whole, please, put all that karma on me. Please, you deliver the universe. I'll let me suffer perpetually. And the Lord says, oh, this is not, what, this little universe? It's like a little mustard seed in a pot of billions of universes. What's that to me to deliver that? What's this so-called new world order of Maya? Ain't no new world order. My Lord knows what a new world order is. Everybody get love of Krishna by his mercy, and the mercy through his devotees comes through his avatars. See, Shaktavesh avatar. Isn't it funny? They use the word avatar. Shaktavesh, empowered devotees. They don't come saying, that they're God. They come in, they have great pride and ecstasy in being a servant of the Most High and a servant of the servants, including all these people in Maya, serving them by adding something important to the life of the world. I don't think they see what Lord Chaitanya brought as a mission of delivering prema. They see it as a mission of Sankirtan and selling books. Yeah, that's to develop this gradually, that you develop some kind of, what they call the kind of pious, there's certain piety that you can do that goes towards devotional service. That's why Prabhupada had people do this, because ultimately Krishna will give them the intelligence to understand this. Okay? I just went to the toilet. A golden egg came out. Boy, Freddie is so raunchy. Where does he get this stuff?
His
Freddie,
manners are worse and worse and worse.
what's going on over there?
I don't know. I will give him some
You're an
slaps tomorrow.
upstanding citizen of devotional service. Maybe the celery juice is polluting you. Maybe you're being tricked by Maya.
I will give him some slaps tomorrow, Guru Maharaj. We meet you.
Give him a few slaps when you meet him tomorrow. On my behalf. Wash his mouth out with soap, like I do it when I cuss here. I only do it by mantra. I say, wash Gorahari's mouth out with soap. It's done. Don't want to use the real soap, man. By mantra, we do it by mantra.
But I think it's like with the Christians, with many Christians, that delivering of that substance, that's the ignorance in the world. That's what's not known, still not known, even in
Yeah, still not
Christianity.
known. No, because it's on another level. You know, when I go on Sankirtan, I see it. You know, when I'm chanting, especially, it's like I feel like the experience being on another level. And look at people; they're down. Their consciousness is down. It's like they're not even born. It's like really walking through the matrix, and you see people; they're not really alive yet. They're moving like in this controlled environment and controlled by the conditionings, and their higher consciousness is not awakened yet. You know, and yeah, and so and that's why they even looked at, you know, but then some people are lifted. They hear the name and it lifts their energy. Lifts the cheeks. They smile. You know, so you know, it's just, you know, we have our part in the world, a very important part, because otherwise people are asleep. They stay asleep. Uh, a lot of people have just have religion and are materialistic. Yeah, see, that's not strong enough to get you. That can only bring you to this. That's why you see Jesus came to the Jewish religion first. I came to the Jews, he said. Krishna also. Krishna came from ecstatic Vrindavan. This clarifies it more. He came from ecstatic place with his ecstatic devotees, which was sealed, right? He came out of there to liberate the religion. They were in the devotees. See, a lot of devotees are in religion. That's their only option until a liberator comes. So Krishna comes with a few cowherd boys. What do? They go and they liberate those who are oppressed by religion. See, this is all the metaphors. These are all the codes. We break these codes. And nobody's broken. Prabhupada didn't tell you these things. But you can go, when you look, if you listen and you develop some faith, you'll understand that this is very true. This is like, yeah, man, you know, that's it. Yeah, Krishna was ecstatic, right? He had ecstatic. Vrindavan represents the ecstatic level of worship of God with ecstatic devotees. They came out of Vrindavan and went to the religion, and devotees are in religion. Many devotees. That's why Jesus said, "I come into to take people out of many folds. I have followers, you know, the ones that are ready." So Krishna goes to Vrindavan, to Mathura, and Kamsa represents the oppression of religion. That's why Krishna says abandon all varieties of religion at a certain point. That's where we teach how to do that. So, yeah, so he represented that, and he was a hypocrite. Religion is full of hypocrisy. We all know that. I mean, if you don't, you're under a rock. You know, you're not ready for this, because if you don't see that religion is full of hypocrisy, then you don't understand. It's just another means of control of the population. You know, and even Prabhupada taught it he was teaching Vaidhi Bhakti, which is a lot of religion mixed in there. You must do this. Even Bhakti Tom quoted something to me. Really, Vaidhi. I mean, that's why I didn't read this thing yet. I just forgot that I'm going to do it. But It's just really like you must do this. You can't do this. You got to stay here. Is very much like the government wants to do. We want you to stay in 15-minute cities now, and you must do this. It's an order. If not, we're going to put you in jail and fine you and all that stuff. See, guilt, guilt, guilt. Fear, fear, fear. Yeah. You come here, we'll take you out of the jail of the material world. We'll take you out of the jail of religion. If you're ready for that, you ready to come out, or are you still a hardened criminal of some level? This is like criminals. We're here to take people out of jail. You want to come out of jail? The jail of religion, the jail of hypocrisy. You want the COMSs, the materially motivated religious leaders, to still, that are not really qualified as deliverers. The hypocrisy is this simple: is I'm a deliverer, but I can't deliver you. That's hypocrisy. Sorry, man. If I'm, what is idol worship? Idol worship is you bowing down to a person who can't deliver you. You should only bow down to a superior personality that you have confidence that can deliver you. Isn't that why people bow down to Jesus? Oh, Jesus is my life and soul, because Jesus can deliver them. They know that. They're not bowing down to Pharisees or any real Christian that has Christ and will not bow down to the Pope. To put, you bow down, you worship. See, worship is Vishnu Tattva. You worship a person as Satchidananda, otherwise forget it, man. You're idol worship. You're idling away your time. It's mundane. Oh, it's okay. You can practice worshiping if you want, but you won't get the ecstatic result. I'm here to teach how to get the ecstatic result. You worship only liberated persons who are in ecstasy, and you'll get that result. That's pretty easy and clear. If you don't believe this idea, then go on worshiping those who are not ecstatic. Go ahead, go those who have a big head full of knowledge, and big degrees on the wall. Go ahead, Yeah, go ahead, play the little game. Play doctor. That's what it is, playing doctor. Oh, I'm Dr. Gurudev, and you're my patient follower. We're little children. We don't really know, what the way it really is, but we'll practice because we speculate. Oh, I'm Gurudev because I was voted in, or whatever it is, or by hook or crook I got in. I'm in, so I'm it. It's like in India. Some people are mundane and they're making deities. This is what, way back when Abram was seeing this, they were making deity. This deity will do this for you. This is the guy, the making it was completely mundane. There are a lot of mundane people making these deities. And a lot of mundane people are voting in these deity Gurudevs. Voting them in and say, this is your worshipable deity. That's called idolatry, my friends. You're not ready to hear this? Don't come here. Sorry. We're here for people who want to get out of jail. We got a get out of jail card. Just keep reading and hearing these words, and you got your get out of jail card. Otherwise, you stay in there, man. You got to take the intensity of truth sometimes. That's why if you're new here, just listen to the chanting if that attracts you. Don't come here and listen to these classes if you get bewildered, because this is for people who've been here around for a while. I mean, maybe if you've done this work in other incarnations, probably like Fanny and Amy, you come here and then you'll like these words. But if you get really bewildered or this just sounds crazy and all that, just listen to the nice chanting, the humble, nice, humble, ecstatic chanting. And later on, we can relish the topics of truth, because Guru is heavy. But Guru is light also. When you love the truth, when you're set free from illusion, it's wonderful to hear the truth. The Bhagavatam is the truth. Bhagavatam is what I'm preaching right now as it is. But the Bhagavatam says this is only for those who are almost retired from this material world and sick of it. Like Amy. See, she was retiring. She didn't like this world. It's like, what is going on here? And now she's so happy to find out what's really going on. She was looking for that. And everybody else, what's going on in this Krishna movement? Why is everybody so unhappy in religion? You come here, your questions are answered because they're not understanding Jesus and Prabhupada and Lord Caitanya yet. The Lord is looking for worship of spirit and truth, Jesus Christ said. Lord Caitanya said the Lord is looking for worship in spontaneous devotion, which is the same idea. And Gohari is just preaching that and nothing else. Because I only see the eye. See the eye, the arrow is going to the eye of the essence of the mission of Lord Caitanya. I have the authority, man, given by Prabhupada. Right? Told you in the dream. I'm here to prove it. Your ecstatic worship is proof. That's my degree on the wall. Seeing the off-the-wall worship of Lalita, Ganga, and Johan. Very off the wall. See, they're off the wall, man. That's, the other people, their paper degrees are plastered on the wall. Our degrees come off the wall into the life, into the world, on the stage of the world. Like Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage. And this is it, man. Spontaneous devotion is being put on the stage now. Why? Because the order of Lord Caitanya revived. Yeah, just like Saint what was it? John the Baptist. And his disciples, he sent them to Jesus. And when you're ready, you're sent here. Just like that. And he said, now my preaching must decrease. His preaching was rules, regulations, and all that stuff. My preaching must decrease and his preaching must increase. You should think that way with Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta's preaching, external preaching there of rules, regulations, building temples, and come here and let us build the temple in you. If you got the sufficient intelligence, you'll understand that. And you'll know that the word is to bring you out of illusion. See? To liberate the captives. Ready to be? You ready to have the temple built in you? Or are you still looking out there to have the build big temples out there and get all the bodies in there and, do the external like Vaidhi Bhakti worship? Radha and Krishna are ecstatic devotees, man. You don't know the deity. It's like the divinity. They come, they worshiping Radha and Krishna in Mayapur. Oh. They're not like that in their friends, in with the devotees, friendly, intimate relationships. Are you ready for that? Well, that's what we do here. Otherwise, stay over there for however long that takes. This life, 10 years, 23 lifetime, whatever. Just stay in Where wow. You want that kind of worship of Krishna, intimate? You didn't come here. Otherwise, there's other places, right? You ready for the intense worship that Lord Caitanya brought to the world? And the intense worship that any ecstatic devotee brings, and when they preach it, it's intense, man. Intense ecstasy. That means intense happiness out of this world. You don't see this. Show me any happiness like this anywhere else. Show me any group. It's so amazing and so out of this world that even these high gurus can't even understand the value of it. They can't understand. Just like this thing, I was joking around with Lalita, just said, because some devotees said, well, I think Lalita and Johan are more ecstatic than Gohari. See, they're thinking like that. See? So I said, yeah, I think, because in a sense, yeah, I think I think she's more ecstatic personally. And, but is that yeah, but you see, it's not about that. It's not about that. We all have our personal relationship with the Lord. Whatever that is wonderful. It's like saying, like saying that a conjugal devotee and a person that's a friend, like Nityananda, well, I don't think Nityananda is as ecstatic as Gadadhar or something. It's ridiculous. And, I heard gurus speak. So it's not surprising to me that we have some people still, that's called false ego. The false ego, people need to know that. Just look at this from a neutral point of view. False ego characteristics is bigger, better, more. That's the competition. And it's not surprising. Some people may have that here because you're moving through that false ego stage. See, the devotees like Lalita is not thinking like that. Oh, it's like, no, they get that. See, because that's why she's so ecstatic like this, because moving through that. So some people haven't made it. Yeah, go ahead, Lalita.
Yeah, it is not about those symptoms. I'm shouting this for 2 years now. There are devotees who don't have that many symptoms from who I start crying thinking about them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a stage. And it's not
Knowing,
surprising.
I know their heart so
Yeah.
deeply. I know that the devotion, how deep it is, gives. So it doesn't. I can't say it in English. It is misleading. It misleads you to look at the laughter and the crying. You should show those laughter and the crying, but that's not all. There are many other symptoms that are subtle, and you
Subtle,
need
yeah.
to have transcendental eyes to see them.
Yeah, and
Very.
it's still not the point. The point that I'm trying to make is deeper. The point I'm trying to make is the false ego thinks like that. I've seen this in gurus. I've seen it in gurus that are worshipped by thousands of devotees. They compare. And I never liked this. I like, when I seen this guru, one guru was saying, well, you wouldn't, Haridas Thakur's devotion is nothing compared to Rupa Goswami's. And I'm thinking, why would anybody say something like that? This is in gurus, this contamination. And my heart didn't like that at all. I said, what does this compare? I never even think comparing Haridas with Rupa Goswami. And even if I did, I saw, well, why is Lord Caitanya come to Haridas and Rupa and say, or it was Sanatana and Rupa, which are same, basically, same level of worship. Come to those two and say, Haridas, your devotion is you're qualified to talk about the deep, intimate pastimes of the Lord. So you stay together and discuss these things. Okay? So anyway, even from a neutral point of view, and then Krishnadas Kaviraj. See, the Lord gives me this understanding. All the verses start coming up to defeat that kind of mentality. Yeah, my Lord protects me from all that stuff. And they preach it like, and the devotees stay in bondage because it's offensive, actually. And so Krishnadas Kaviraj says the glories of each devotee, and he always says he says you cannot say this devotee's devotion is better than the others, because that's a false ego level. It's a personal relationship, and whatever it is beautiful. From a neutral point of view, we can say, yeah, the Gopi Bhav is the deepest and the highest and everything. But, just to even have a drop of devotion is the most exalted thing in this whole universe. The Lord says those who have a drop of devotion is worshipable. Not all gurus are good or bad. Gurus must not be kangaroos. Yeah, good or it doesn't. You got to be a real guru. I mean, I talk from this perspective of bringing people to the ecstatic platform. You being a good guru or a bad guru is not good enough. It's all bad. When you're talking about Lord Chaitanya's mission and the ecstatic level of worship, then we follow these principles. You worship the empowered devotee, Shakti Vaishavatar, empowered to deliver you. That's the real guru. If you're ready for that teaching, you'll come here and be delivered, because people get delivered here. If you listen here and your heart is touched, you will be delivered, because you can already see people have the symptoms of being delivered. Full faith, an understanding. Krishna gives them the understanding. They worship the Lord like the guru does. That's getting the mercy of the guru. You come onto the ecstatic platform like them. Isn't it? What is it? You see Lalita and Johan, with this powerful ecstatic love, that's, I worship in that level, and she worships because she got the mercy of Guru. See, she went in the door, becomes a shepherd of the sheep. And yeah, go ahead.
And it's also the Vedanta. It's not only showing your bhakti, it's showing your Vedanta. That's the biggest secret. Where do you get your Vedanta?
Ah. Yeah, because if you have, that's what, see, Krishna said when he was in Vrindavan, that's what he brought him into that, to come as Lord Caitanya. He's looking at Radharani. He says, because of I'll even read the verse. It's so beautiful. Let's go to the verse here. Let's see here. Did I take it? See, and let's, okay. Okay. Yeah. This is chapter 1. Oh, wait. Hare Krishna. Yeah, it's funny. It's even in the first verse. See, the first verse first chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita, they put this verse because this chapter is about Raganuga Bhakti. Chapter 1 is about the real spiritual master. Prabhupada knew that. Prabhupada knew. That's why he said Chaitanya Charitamrita teaching is postgraduate. I'm here to teach the postgraduate course. The qualification, you don't look at, it's not about what I'm wearing or not wearing. It's not about that. It's like what you're doing, man. What are you empowered to do? If you're really a representation of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Lila, in chapter 1, and as the real guru, you'll be awakening devotion to others, what it's all about, chapter 1. Okay, so that's happening here. So that's the qualification, is you don't know a touchstone until you see it work. That was the thing about Lord Caitanya. They didn't know who he was until as a touchstone to be. See, there's a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita says, you can't know an unknown stone. See, unknown stone is like any other stone. A lot of stones, a lot of people in this world, right? A lot of people, a lot of gurus in this world. See? But where's the touchstone guru? Where is that stone that touches others and makes them like the Lord's real devotees that are liberated? Where's that touchstone? See, you don't know an unknown stone to be a touchstone until you see it work. So this is the meaning, is our activities here. See, you guys are becoming ecstatic devotees very quickly. So you see, it's a touchstone effect here, right? People are not becoming devotees on the ecstatic platform very quickly with any of these gurus. Have you seen any that you can see with the symptom? I haven't seen, but that's why I say, show us, that you're a touchstone to bring people to the ecstatic love that Lord Caitanya brought. We have the standard. It's, that's why Prabhupada knew what he was doing. He said, Gauri, you teach this. It has my full approval. People need to know this to be delivered. See, people have a chance to be delivered in this life. Otherwise, where's your chance? You don't understand what Prabhupada was talking about postgraduate Chaitanya Lila. You need to understand these principles. Otherwise, how are you going to be delivered? You're going to be on the Vaidhi, and okay, very fine. You get maybe become a nice demigod, or you get a human body. Didn't Prabhupada preach like that? Well, at least people, we can give them a human body. There won't be degraded. by this Vaidhi preaching. But that's not our preaching? See, Prabhupada liked this. He liked this idea. Oh, wow, let's bring them beyond just getting a human body or a demigod position. Why not? All the ducks are in a row. I was worshiping in ecstasy for years before he came. I loved his books from the very day I got them. Why not? Let's shoot for the rhinoceros, man. So anyway, that's why people, from this preaching is the touchstone effect. And if you can't understand this preaching and you're a guru or one of their followers, well, then that's why it takes so long in many lifetimes. Because you got to come to the point of going through the narrow gate is the real guru, man. The real empowered devotee to deliver you. That's chapter 1. Isn't it? Didn't it say that? When you're ready to be delivered, chapter 1, Adi Leela, when you're ready to be delivered, you meet the bona fide spiritual master, who is the greatest devotee. See? Greatest devotion, greatest intelligence. You put them with all other possibilities and you see they stand out, they shine. But because people are neophytes mostly, they don't see that. Right? The beginners, they think, all stones are the same. They don't know the standard. So those who are ready to know standards of the high class devotion, real high class devotion, real high class, first class knowledge in the vision of the revealed scriptures, you can come here and learn. I don't care how stupid you are. If you just come here, just by showing up to class, you're going to become better than the scholars, biggest scholars in all religions. Let's prove it. Check it out. See if you don't get the touchstone effect. But that doesn't mean you just come here and thinking, well, I don't know. You got to come to the stage of faith, man. Like faith, real faith. You know what faith is? Faith is, this is it, man. This is it's like Amy and Fanny. This is it. That's called faith. Here you go, example. Lalita. This is faith. This is it, man. This is what I've been looking for. I ain't going anywhere else. That's called faith. This is my Sangha. This is where I belong. I am so fortunate to be here, man. I'm dedicated. This is what, this is the great mercy of God and Guru and the Vaishnavas is to have such an opportunity. Yeah, that's called faith. And then Krishna reciprocates, right? You feel really ecstatic, really happy. Why? Because the Lord is the happiest you've ever experienced in your life, and he shows you that that's his happiness and your happiness now. Your happiness is his happiness. That's called being delivered to Vrindavan, my friends. And we do that there. We have the touchstone effect. Man. We got to shine. We make the shine. We come here, we'll shine your shoes. You're nice and shiny. Actually, in the Revelations with St. John, talks about he goes in the Revelation and he sees the shine, their feet were shiny. I think it was like something, shining feet. He saw all these feet shine. Shine the shoes. Come here, we'll shine it. We'll give you a shine. Your feet will shine. Everything. The narrow gate is so narrow that my ass is fully squeezed. Go give him a few more slaps for me on my behalf. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was looking for that verse. Here it is. I love this verse so much. Verse 6, chapter 1. Desiring to... actually, you read that verse there, Lalita.
Myself. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. See, oh my God. I was just writing about desire to Narai. Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Sri Ajita Chandra. Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love. The Supreme Lord Hari richly endows with her emotions appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi as the moon appeared from the ocean. It's a wonderful verse.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting that Lord Chaitanya, Krishna himself was showing the path of Raganuga, even in Vrindavan. This is the path of Raganuga. See, he's looking at Radharani's loving him. See, and we're here for people like that. They're Krishna in their heart. See, like Jesus said, I'm here to teach those who are taught by God. See, it's like Krishna is looking at that love, and that's why this love must be shown at some point for the behalf of those persons where Krishna inside them is looking for that, and it shows on the devotees looking for that. See, so Krishna started it from there. He says, "Wow, look at my loving devotee. Look at the happiness that my devotee feels, like Radharani, by the power of that love. Look at how much she knows about me by the strength of that love." See, that's the Satchitananda. When that Ananda is very strong in a devotee, their realization of Krishna is very strong and deep also, and they become guru. Okay? And so people need to see that at some point. See, the Lord says, for a long time, I have not given the gift bestowed upon the population this kind of devotion. See, the only way to do it is to get people to look at it. And those who Krishna is looking, and there's communication enough between that soul and that Lord, there's a little enough, and they see that, they come. See, because that's what we're showing. You have to see that kind of love and that kind of depth, that kind of sweetness of relishing that love in a person. Just like Krishna saw it in a person, personified. Otherwise, you can't know it in a book only. You could take the knowledge in a book by an experienced devotee that relishes that sweetness, say like Lalita, and understand. You say, oh yeah, there's a person. It's in person. Wow, that does look good. Otherwise, you see, people have it in a book, in Prabhupada's books, and they don't understand that glory, do they? They have to see it in person. And a lot of them are not purified enough, and they see it in a person, and they go, bleh, bleh, right? So they're not purified. But some come. You came. She was going around visiting the devotees. She was just a visitor there. Here, she's a resident. We gave her a resident permit. She's permanent resident here. Right? Do you want a temporary residency here at Lalita or permanent residency? She's permanent. Otherwise, she just visited the Vaidhi temple. There's a lot of visitors. They come. They're looking. Oh yeah, what, the Krishna's gone? Okay, let's see. They come and visit the ISKCON temple, or a lot of them visiting. See, but if you want permanent residency, you come here. You can apply for it. You can apply for permanent residency, and it's if you just like here, you got to be here to be a permanent resident in Mexico. You got to be here and show that you like this place. Otherwise, if I leave for too long, they say, hey, man, yeah, the same thing. You know, you got to be, you want to be a permanent resident, you got to apply your attention here for a few years. Even try 30 days. We'll give you a year's residency. And then we'll increase that. Another 30 days, we'll give you 2 years. It's funny, after a while, it means Krishna. Everything's about Krishna. The whole thing is about Krishna. The material world is about Krishna. You know, that's why Bhagavatam teaches, see how everything's related to Krishna or Vishnu, which is, you know, God, you know. Everywhere is conditioned. Nowhere is unconditional. Except here. Here you become deconditioned. You become decommissioned from Maya. We decommission you from her service and recommission you for Krishna's service, transcendental service. Yeah, come near. You know, Prabhupada was bringing people near with the banana and the fire and the thread and the study of the Vedas and cookie distribution and book distribution. And here is those who are ready. Those are just visitors. A lot of them are going to stay permanent residents for this whole life, right? They're going to, oh no, Prabhupada. Okay, fine. You're a permanent resident there. We're just for those who are visiting you. They're just visiting, looking. They're just the looky-loos, tire kickers. You ever seen that when you looking to buy a car? You know, you want to get the best. Some people are tire kickers, you know. They're looky-loos. They're looking around. They don't buy right away. A lot of people come to ISKCON and religions, you know, they're tire kickers. They're kicking the tire, checking it out.
Shopping, yeah.
Shopping. So, hey, we also got our product here. We got a great product, fantastic product. We demonstrate the product here. Yeah, so we're like, you know, Krishna, Radharani was demonstrating her progress, showing Krishna and the devotees her love for God, you know, and it was so attractive that the devotees wanted to see it, and they stood in the bushes. We get people in the bushes here. You look at this. We got 16 people here. A lot of them are in the bushes because I don't see them all commenting. A lot of them are peeking in here. You don't know. We have some spies checking it out. They might get attracted. Who knows? You know. They're checking it out. Is this guy really crazy? Or, you know, God, I've never seen anything like this. Is this real? Kind of crazy talk. Never heard it. None of these gurus talk like him. You know, why is he so assured of himself? Why is he so authoritative? Who gives him his authority, man? What Mahabhagavat gives him the authority to preach like that? I hear that all from the Narayan Maharaj group, especially. The vice who gives you what Mahabhagavat has confirmed your preaching? Oh yeah, well, I've been looking for some confirmation. I haven't found it. Except
find one, bring us one.
Hey, bring me one. See, bring somebody doing more than this and better than this, and then I'll say, yeah, there's a Mahabhagavat. Even if you do equal to this, but it's got to be at least equal. See? But nobody has. See, and I was looking too, because I thought, well, you know, the books say you should have a bona fide guru and all that. And so I was looking to get confirmation. But so what I settled on, because I didn't get it externally, I saw a lot of competition still amongst the gurus. You know, and you know, well, with my thing, because I had disciples and everything, and they were like stealing them or trying to, or I thought, what's going on here? You know, so the confirmation I got was the ecstatic worship there. Tick one box. Got to tick the boxes. Ecstatic worship, and understanding these conclusions and looking at those who were even spiritual masters and had big followings, and seeing that their conclusions weren't as good as this. I thought, I was feeling, And their ecstasy, I didn't see. There, some of them said, "Well, we don't show. It's not supposed to do that." Okay, fine, all right. And then the final confirmation is, well, not the final one. Then Prabhupada comes, and Krishna comes, and I still wasn't. I was sort of convinced, pretty much. I started preaching, still started preaching, but then the final confirmation are you guys. The final confirmation of you is the sadhus. See that now we got sadhu, shastra, and guru. See, I didn't know that we had to generate the sadhus, because if there's any envy and jealousy and everything, that person's not a real sadhu yet. See, that's why, when you have the devotees whose hearts are clear of that, now you're talking sadhu, they understand things more as they are. They may not be able to preach like guru yet, but they will. You see, what do? We just continue worshiping our Krishna, and everything we just, whatever's in our heart that needs to be, that's a secret, man. We got the secret. God, we should be making a movie on The Secret. That lady made millions of dollars on making a movie called The Secret. And what was that stuff? Illuminati stuff, occult stuff. We got the secret of all the secrets, man. It's so secret, we only got 17 people, even though we're blabbing it all over the internet. It's so secret. But you see, more people I started with nobody practically for years, blabbing this secret out. But now, 17 every day, increasing 20, 25 sometimes. See, so the secret's becoming known. Hey, that's why it's always a witness program. You don't know a touchstone, an unknown stone, to be a touchstone till you see it work. After a while, even the naysayers and the doubters have to admit, and they are already admitting, a lot of them, just saying, well, you guys are consistent, man. More consistent than anyone we see. And well, maybe there's something to this ecstasy, because it's a real motivator, man. I mean, people, when I was in ISKCON, and even during Prabhupada time, they call these things blooping. People would just one day disappear after being there and doing the program, and they just bloop. See, they go somewhere else. They go back into the world or to Buddhism or something like this. But you're seeing not so many bloopers here, right? Seeing a lot of steady Freddies. That's where we got to go. We need steady Freddies here. Now that's saying something. And a lot of people know, like that Prahlad, he's changed his mind, although he had a little problems. It's expected. Always a little old habits. Yeah. But even he started saying, well, God, you're definitely preaching all the time. What is this? It must mean something. Lolita keeps on crying no matter how many naysayers, keeps laughing at him. That's what they hate. They see this lady laughing at him, and they're blah, 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 blah. And she keeps on laughing at him. They can't pull her down. Now that's a steady Freddy. See? She just goes on laughing, and they go, she goes on with her service. Her service is to laugh at the world, show the big joke of not coming here and being delivered from it.
Nothing else is important anymore than doing this service. Doesn't matter what they say.
Yeah. So Govinda says, not able to do live Facebook classes till 1,000 friends now. Looking to do other sites. Oh, really? Why? What happened to your Facebook thing? Yeah, let me know, why did that happen? That you lost your Facebook thing or something? And 1,000 friends on Facebook is easy to get. Yeah, you just get, yeah, just don't apply too many at one time. But do like 20 people at a time, and not more, too much more, and then you'll build up to 1,000 friends easy. You can do Facebook Live, YouTube, but you need a computer to do it without also having. You need also 1,000 people. A lot of them are 1,000. I'm trying to get 1,000 followers on TikTok. I like that TikTok. The TikTok is very popular. Zoom. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, actually, if you do a Zoom, then you might be able to do broadcasts on Facebook through the Zoom. Anyway, it is what it is. Yeah. So we're teaching Raganuga Bhakti, basically. And very quickly, by this teaching, you get spontaneous devotion, the gift of Lord Caitanya. That's our work here, or, it's our mission. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's what Lord Caitanya came. I mean, there's no other mission. Great. Can you imagine God comes here for that? He knows the most important universal purpose for everything. He knows the essence of everything. And he preached it, and we're preaching it too. Sankirtan, in association with his devotees, real devotees who have real devotion. That's the essence, man. And then you're going to understand the real depth of the scriptures too, when you're ready to understand, like you develop a little faith in what we're doing. There's no greater mission. I mean, we're doing what Lord Chaitanya's mission was, what Jesus was started. Can you imagine? People know, even intuitively, even though they don't like understand clearly, that what Lord Caitanya did and Jesus did was fantastic. Look how many people got their interest. Look how many Vaishnavas got that Lord Chaitanya's got their interest, even though they may not understand. See? He's got our interest, see, and we're on the behalf of his interest. His interest is to get people to become ecstatic, intimate associates of his. And then it's all about your personal relationship with God. I'm amazed when I'm chanting. I hear other ecstatic devotees chant. I think, my God, my Lord is amazing. We're all sucking off him like vampires, man. And he just increases, and we increase. That shows you Krishna's name, Lord Caitanya. They're full of juice, more juice than any other personality in this world. Because they're not really from this world, just like Jesus. I'm in this world, but not of it. That's these liberators. So they have to come into the world and preach about eternal life, just like this. You got to prove that you're a real guru. What are you preaching? What are you showing? Do you demonstrate that you're from another world beyond? You can look at all these aliens from all these different planets and everything, but where do you see an ecstatic alien? Where are you even seeing the movies? You see any ecstatic laughing and crying and choking up and really kind and generous and all that? No, usually the aliens are selfish. Right? The aliens, you see, they want to make you slaves. That's the thing. All this technology comes from this alien. These other, they're all coming up, out of the bowels of the earth. Even they live down there. They're coming out, and they do business with. I mean, this is all demon stuff. They do business with governments. They give them this technology that's being used now. Yeah. See, this is the thing. Power corrupts. Money corrupts unless you have ecstatic devotion. Okay? That's why, I was thinking this too. Here, devotees, it's just a lot of times devotees have money and people try to steal it, and they do steal it sometimes. That's devotees have any money? You got people, they come in with sob stories or lies or cheating, and they take your money. So how it works, the Maya. And that's in a sense Krishna, ultimately. But this can't be taken away, except, you know why this doesn't get stolen usually? Except by the more subtle things, because people don't see this as valuable. They don't think this is a book. That's why the gurus pay it no mind. They don't think they want to steal this because what is this? Devotion? Where's the profit in that?
How ignorant is the world? Unbelievable.
Totally, unbelievably ignorant. But that's what Maya does to us. It makes us stupid fools, less intelligent. Yeah. But anyway, he's making us more intelligent and to preach real intelligence for those who want to know. So read on there. Well, actually, read this verse here. Hare Krishna. I'll find it here in a second. Start with 43. Start with 43.
Same chapter?
Same chapter.
Okay. Having offered obeisances unto the Lord and his devotees and his associates, I shall now try to explain these 6 diversities in one. Was I muted maybe? Oh no, okay. Shall I continue reading maybe? Oh, normally you come and explain. Although I know that my spiritual master is a servitor of Sri Krishna Chaitanya, I know him also as a plenary manifestation of the Lord. According to the deliberate opinion of the revealed scriptures, the spiritual master is non-different non-different from Krishna. Lord Krishna, in the form of the spiritual master, delivers his devotees.
See, that's guru, isn't it? It's pretty big, huh? Pretty deep, pretty big standard, isn't it? If you don't see that standard here, you should go find it because that's what the book says. I'll clarify it here. If this puts me out of a job, hey man, what are we going to do? It's the truth, man. If you don't see that here, go find that because that's what. If you believe in Prabhupada's books, you should be looking for guru like that. That Krishna has appeared as guru to deliver you. Do you see that deliverance here? Do you see proof is in the pudding anywhere? If not, well, you haven't found that guru yet. Are you really desirous of God? Because then you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, if you want something else, you may think, what's he talking about? What's that about? My guru never said that. My guru never taught me that. They never taught me that Lord Krishna appears as a spiritual master to deliver me. Because, I thought it'd take me many lifetimes to be delivered because prema is what delivers you. I like to stick with the verse in that vision of the verse. You determine, am I speaking on the vision of the verse and making it more clear to where it is like you can see what Guru Tattva is in the palm of your hand and take that ball in your hand and throw it to the world and teach them what real deliverance is?
How else? If they have another manner, let them show it.
Yeah. Well, they're trying. It doesn't work. It's like when Krishna was here. They had the kings had their daughters they want to marry off, and they had all this, and there was this one maiden, and he said, well, whoever's the strongest can marry my maiden there. And so all these kings come, powerful kings, supposedly, they don't know what real power is. They come to marry the maiden, and and they go and they got to break the bow in the arena or subdue the bulls. There are different pastimes like that, And so none of them could subdue the bulls, or none of them could break the bow except Krishna or Lord Ram or whatever, probably Krishna. It's like that, man. You got to find the one who's the strongest. And Jesus taught the same thing.
The sword.
The sword, yeah. Could pull the sword out of the stone, pull the sword out of the Bhagavatam and cut down Maya, cut down the ignorance. That's the real devotee. Jesus said, be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. You think, what is that? What about me? What about me? Well, that's how you overcome the world, with a real guru, man. You use their eyes and you get their heart. Be of good cheer. You got to find somebody in this world, in this universe, that has overcome the world by the grace of God. That's your guru. That's your deliverance. The Lord comes as that devotee to deliver you. I love that verse. That's why she cries when she reads that verse. Because Krishna is like, wow, I love this verse. It comes from me. It's my spiritual potency in a verse, in a book.
It's my truth.
My truth. My path. I'm the way. See, that verse is the way. Jesus' word was the way. Lord Caitanya's word in this book is the way. The person who manifests that word is the way. The book, see, by the act coming up, you'll see by the action of the book Bhagavat, see this word and the devotee Bhagavat, glorifying that word, magnifying that word, complimenting, praising that word. You're delivered ecstatic love.
That's life.
You become clear, logical, conclusive. What? Go ahead.
I find life in doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. This is attractive to anybody? Come here. We'll teach you amazing things. You want to relish everything. You can give up. You'll gladly give up your speculation by tasting each word of these verses. It's more powerful than speculation. What do you think this preaching comes from? Go ahead, Lalita. What?
That's what makes it so attractive, especially when you make that it will continue like that.
Yeah. This is empowerment. Like anybody here wondering, why don't I feel empowered? If you're wondering like that, it's because speculation. Because when you charge up on each name and each word of these books, you become empowered by God's potency. The Lord starts speaking through you. Hey, this is working through empowerment. See, it's the truth that empowers you. These truths, you don't need to speculate on it. All you need to do is relish and taste these verses. Taste and the truth will pour out of your mouth. The praise of these verses. They're perfect as they are. What does speculation do? All it does is hide the verse. That's why Vaishnavism is still on the level of religion. See, because of speculation still. If they want to come, they're going to have to come here or somewhere like this kind of place, which is rare. I don't think there is any place personally. If there is proof, again, we keep saying, come on, proof is in the pudding. Show us a touchstone that works. Because if it's a touchstone, we're going to see love of God now, because that's the will of God. It is out, the cat is out of the bag and out of the closet. That Lord Caitanya wants ecstatic love. So that's the next phase of preaching of Krishna consciousness in this world. If you can't do that, step aside, because that's what we're doing. Anybody really interested in moving to the next platform and getting out of jail, getting a jail-free card, can come to this kind of preaching here. You know, and if you still want to be in jail, no problem. Stay in religion. Stay with touchstones that are not touchstones, who claim to be touchstones but don't work. Our touchstone effect works, and we prove it daily. You know, and so if you're really serious about deliverance, come here. If you really want a relationship with God, come here. Because we got it and we prove it, and there is no doubt amongst intelligent persons. If you're doubtful, come here, and we'll take your doubt and just crumple it up like a piece of paper that it is, and throw it in the garbage can, and you'll have true faith. Mayavadis put themselves in the place of God and cheat their disciples by flowery words. Our words are not flowers. Our words are like Thor's hammer, man. They smash illusion. Flowery words are just from speculators, and usually, well, you can sometimes the flowers.
Nice words as well.
Yeah. But the flowery words are the ones that, that they're flowery words of the speculations and of the Vedas. They teach about all these flowery things that going to heaven and all that stuff. Or being,
I send you light and love. And
they have no impact. Yeah, this is impact, man. Our preaching impacts those who are ready to be impacted. It changes. It reverses the course of their lives. You come here, you've been impacted by this preaching. This has made a big difference in your life. In mine, it has, just by preaching. I also get it. Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing grace, how sweet it is.
Amazing, man.
Yes. Oops, just 1 second here. Just found a deal. I have to act on the deal. Let's see. Wait a second. Oh, okay. Here we go. There you go. All right. Man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God.
That's life.
See, it says, but you see, doesn't live by bread alone. You need some bread too. That's why I got to pay a little attention to some bread.
Yeah. Of course. To maintain the body.
Gotta maintain the body. Especially now, they're going to be moving to CBDCs pretty soon. I have the word on that. So what that means is the government will do a reset in the currency, and the cash will go, and they'll give you digital currency. Everything's going digital. And I was wondering, why am I getting into this? And it's because I think I know now. The Lord showed me, because I need to go digital also, because there are times I can't be accepting things from you guys anymore, because I'm kind of apart from that. So I have to have my own maintenance. So, and our preaching will continue because of that. Otherwise, if you don't have a little money or something, you can't pay the rent and all that stuff. So I have to kind of do these things. I was wondering, why am I inspired by this? But so, yeah, it's Krishna's arrangement, and it's just like Lord Caitanya told his devotee, said, "Oh, like who is it? The sons of Bhavananda Roy. They were just in the world, they were doing business and stuff, but they love Lord Caitanya. They love Lord Caitanya." And most of the brothers were engaged. They had household affairs and this and that. And they said, Ramananda and Vaninath they went to Lord Chaitanya's side and stayed with them, all the time. And they said, well, what about, the real mercy they really got and all this. He said, well, who's going to take care of your families if you lose interest in pounds of shillings? If you see, they had an interest in that. Just like I can't do any. I have to do whatever the interest is. I have to do it.
Yeah.
And so he said, if you lose interest in that, who's going to take care of your families and life? You need to do this. But birth after birth, you are my eternal servants. And that people know here. Whatever you're engaged in, whether you're renounced or you're a householder, your
I'm glad
love for
you
Lord
say
Chaitanya.
this.
Yeah. What? Go ahead. What?
I'm glad that you say this because some devotees have some guilt feelings. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
That you say.
yeah. Yeah. It's unnecessary because the main thing is if you've developed this attraction for Lord Chaitanya and the devotee, the real devotees, and Guru and the Vaishnavas here. See, that is your wealth, not what you're doing or how you're doing it. Because look at all these renounced sannyasis and gurus and everything. They don't have the wealth that many just regular people have here. They don't have that, but you have that because you found the narrow gate. You found something you can't get by renunciation, by wealth, or by renunciation. Well, neither path will give it to you, or pious deeds. Just by some good fortune, we got this wealth. Yeah, that's it. So whatever you're engaged in, being a nurse or not being, or going to the forest, being like Govinda. Does Govinda look unhappy? What does he have? What an example that guy is. Yeah.
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 It's
It's
just
just,
taking care of him.
yeah, but he's got the wealth. He knows this is its
Yeah.
style. When you have love for Lord Chaitanya, especially, it's just whatever position you're in. Look at the beggars. Lord Chaitanya devotes your beggar happily going down the street begging, happily, and they were intimate associates. And it says they didn't suffer the pangs of being poor. You suffer the pangs of being poor when you don't have this love, because that's all you got is poverty. If you have this love for the Lord, you overcome fear. You overcome the pain, unhappy and unhappy because you don't have a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I preach it today as well.
Yeah. 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 It's the only real way to get over it.
Mm.
Yeah. It's great. It's a wonderful, wonderful path. What were you doing here? Let's see here.
Verse 43 or 46.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For-
Go ahead. Continue on wherever you were. I don't care.
According to the deliberate opinion of all revealed scriptures, the spiritual master is non-different from Krishna. Lord Krishna, in the form of the spiritual master, delivers his devotees. That's how it works. It's very clear. I'm the proof of it. Well, I received the proof of it.
Not only you, a lot of devotees are
Yeah,
received. Lots
yeah,
of it. Yeah. Yeah, you have to have the proof. Otherwise it appears like, could you imagine Jesus not having witnesses? Because he's preaching, I'm the way, the life, and it sounds like a guy in a false ego. Who would only even now people, they go and they imitate Jesus. They want to, even here, but they can't produce it. Like these guys that say that they're the reincarnation of Jesus, which is usually bullshit. And I look at their disciples, mundane, controlled by the mind of their this guy control freak. Show us something. And they just look like mundane persons controlled by some charismatic person. And those people that are like that, the ones who say they're Jesus incarnate, they always have the long flowing hair and they walk around with white robes.
external.
They always do the same bullshit, man. Just like people, they don the dress of sannyasis to preach because we must be a representative of the Lord.
Yeah.
You got to get past that here, don't you? You got to be satisfied with the truth that, the real liberation, what you get, liberate you from these false ideas. See?
Yeah,
That's,
instead of being his representative and giving what he gave. But that's just what they don't have.
that's what they
Most of
don't
us.
have. Yeah. See, you got to look at the touchstone effect again. An unknown stone. See, there's so many stones, and they're just normal stones, right? Material. But out of those stones, there might be a touchstone, something that's special, something that has power. See, and if that stone touches like another stone that's just a regular stone, and it bursts into, it becomes like the same quality as that unknown stone, that it becomes special. See, that's the witnesses. See, the witness. Wow, this has changed me. I'm different. And then you show the, listen, this is a whole nother world and level and everything. Okay? Otherwise, you think that other stone that stands out is weird, crazy. Like Jesus, you must be crazy, Jesus, say these things. Nobody says, our Pharisee teach, never say that. No, this is your worst. They made it like this is what they usually do with liberated souls. You're worse than an unknown, like a regular stone. You're worse because you stand in. See, Maya is like that. It reverses everything. Something special is here. Tries to make it less than special even. That's why they go after the Maya goes after the stones that shine, that have the special grace. It goes after to hide it, because that's what this is a prison here, to hide the special stone, to hide the gold, like gold hidden in the earth, hard to find, man. Where's the gold? See? So we're uncovering this is better than gold, man. You can, like, nobody that gets this will trade it for billions of dollars in gold like Bill Gates has, or the Illuminatis or the Rothschilds have. They would not trade this, because you could look at the faces. Go look at the face of Klaus Schwab. Look at the face of Bill Gates. Look at the face of these very rich people. And look at the face of Lolita. Who is happier? Well, she must have something. See, let's judge everything by happiness, because they do. Everybody does. People say, oh, happiness is in gold. Go ahead. What?
It's the highest treasure, and I don't have to have assurance on it. Nobody can take it away from me. It's always increasing this world, so why wouldn't I be happy?
Yeah. It's logical. All you have to think logically is like, okay, people say, yeah, I'm really happy. I got all this gold. And then you look at their face. Okay. Got all this money. I'm really, don't you see, I'm happy. I'm enjoying it all. You look at their face. Okay. And Lolita doesn't even have to say that she's happy. She just relishes happiness. And you look at her face. Okay. And it looks 100 times better than the happiness that Klaus Schwab. I don't mean to put them down, but we're just trying to judge things, understand things as they are. Look at the happiness from a guy like that who has billions of dollars, maybe trillions. Or Bill Gates has billions of dollars. Okay? Look at his face and look at hers. People, because everybody judges things by happiness, but they don't know exactly what happiness on the highest level is yet, because it's rarely seen, but you can see it here. And look at those who don't have the greatest happiness. It's the more false one. If you go to Bill Gates' house, you will not be able to get even 1 mile before it, because there's so many alarm systems, because the guy's in fear. With all his money, he's afraid. Look at Lolita. Is she got anything? Maybe she has one lock on her door, and she might not even care about locking it. she's more at peace and she's happy. But look at Bill Gates with all the billion. By the way, Bill, I don't say this to criticize. It's just your preaching example is good, and maybe it'll help you. I don't know, to find what happiness is that you can't get by with your dollars. Look at, you're in fear. You think somebody's going to come and mug you. Even in your own home. So can you? I mean, I would never want that. Could you? I would never want to live like I have to have all these alarm systems. He has drones flying around. Making sure that nobody will get in there and assassinate him. He learned his lesson. You can watch the video. He was walking out of a thing and somebody threw a pie in his face. That was his warning. Then he started to put up all the things, probably all the alarms.
I don't think he needs security for 1 second in a day. How can you be happy with your wealth if you're always protecting yourself? I am protected from inside.
Yeah. It's like this. Yeah. Same in Davos. The Davos thing just went on with all these elites. They're so, they rule the world, right? Maya uses it. They're servants of the Lord. But still, you look at their whole, they all flew in they had thousands of jets. Everybody, see, if you're part of the elite club, you got to have your private jet. And they're all, it's so hypocritical. They're all into this carbon footprint. They want all us not to have a carbon footprint. That means you can eat only a certain amount. You can only do a certain amount of things. You can only go a certain. But their carbon footprint can be huge. They all have, they fly in. They don't want to go a commercial airline, not even first class. No. They want their own private jet and have a huge carbon footprint. See, because they're bigger, better than more. That's what Maya does. She said, see, that's the real wealth, is to have big, better, and more. So then they have their meeting. They have thousands of soldiers and police, thousands protecting. You can't get within miles of the place. Can you imagine you to be such threat because of you're just so like people, they just don't. I mean, you're trying to squash people's will and all that stuff. People hate you. See, so they have to have thousands of protectors, Look at the White House. As soon as Biden got in, look, did you see the big barriers going up? He was afraid that people, paranoia. This is the happiness of rich people. Paranoia. I would not like to live a paranoid. He had to put these big barriers. He got the whole army over there. We had to pay all that money, for their protection because people hate them so much. And maybe not. Maybe they're just paranoid. They're just paranoid. But it's a little bit of both. Because how can you get people's love if you're trying to restrict them and lie to them, cheat them? There's something that you even know that makes you paranoid. Anyway, that's the old world. They think they're making a new world order, but that's an old world. That's been going on. The rich and the powerful, they subdue the weak. Come on, that is no new world order, man. No, this is the new world order. The new world order is love for everybody, love of Krishna. Look at this amazing happiness that we get regardless of our material situation. Just by going into the gold mine of Krishna's name and communing with the Lord. That's a gold mine, man. We can come out every day with more and more wealth, more and more happiness, more and more understanding, more and more spiritual power to convince others where the real wealth is and liberate them from Maya. Now, I tell you, the elites, they can't liberate you from Maya. But look, people are getting liberated here. This is power, man. Atlas holds the earth, on his back. He's very strong, right? But he can't liberate you. See? The new world order, they have the world in the palm of their hand. There's a thing in the World Economic Forum. in their hands. It's in our hands is the world. See, that's Maya. Because Maya, the world is in Maya's hands. Can't liberate it though. All it can do is control it, try to maintain it, which is a lot of work. And God is doing most of it. You know why? You don't have to just work in harmony, but they don't. They want to control everything. Very heavy, big weight on their shoulders. See, but look at us. We take that world and liberate it. Everybody is a little piece of that world. Everybody comes here. You become liberated from that world. They can't do that. All they can do is maintain and control, and it's a big weight on their shoulders, man.
Other consciousness, that's what they need.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it is. And I don't say this to, everybody is a servant of the Lord doing what they believe. I mean, Klaus Schwab, they believe what they're doing. They wouldn't do it if they were not inspired. The guy's 85 years old. How can you be inspired to do something? A lot of people want to check out of life because they have nothing to live for. These guys, they have something to live. They're obviously, even Krishna says, I'm seated in the heart of all living beings and I inspire them. Why is he keeping their heart beating, even though this is going on and they're like this? It shows you there's a higher will, a higher plan of the Lord that most of us don't know, and we're like learning more and more and more. The real devotees have the biggest insight you're going to get on what God has planned for the world. I mean, there's so many revelations come from this preaching. I mean, I learned myself. Things come out like wow, I see what you're doing better.
Yeah.
The Lord's like this big supercomputer, he's like this, what they call quantum computer, but a million times bigger and better. And so who are we? We're like, sometimes something is downloaded and we understand more. And then it's just more, and, not even Lord Brahma, would say, a lot of people think they know God, but that's not what I think, man. He's just learning about the glories of the Lord and the glories of the truth and what it's all about. Yeah, so, we got a great mission here, man. Welcome aboard, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need a guru. You need to follow the book. You need to find somebody. Like the sages said to Sutta Goswami, we accept you as captain of our ship across this ocean of illusion. So you got to find a captain, man. If you haven't found it here, you don't believe you found it, go find it. That's what I preach the book. You don't like the book. You see people saying, we don't need a guru and all this stuff. Well, fine. I'm still going to preach the book. You can go, and try and do it on your own. Well, I only need the spirit guides. Okay, you go and follow that path of the spirit guides and demigods and the ghosts. And, they might be able to help you a little bit. But here I follow the book and I teach the book. I have the result of following by the book. So my students also, they follow the book. They follow and they can check it, man. If you have faith in, Prabhupada's books, you can prove it here. Otherwise, you don't really know Prabhupada's books. You have faith in maybe your own speculations or the speculations of others who don't know Prabhupada's books. If you come here, this is the test. If you understand Prabhupada's books, or you're beginning to understand Prabhupada's books, because you tested here. I'll show you, and you can check yourself. If you can attentively look in the verses and see, am I saying the right thing, the real thing, in the vision of these conclusions? That's the only thing that's going to get you out of the Maya. This narrow path, the conclusive truth. You got it by the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat spiritual master. You get love of Krishna, and that gets you out, man. Go on hearing, ye shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. See, all deliverers speak the same language. The language of truth. Go on hearing here, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Boom! Ecstatic love awakens, and that's the truth. That's what awakened me and gave me the freedom to understand these scriptures, which you all, I'm here to teach you how to understand these scriptures too, how the Lord will whisper sweet somethings in your ear. These something tangible, not sweet nonsense, sweet nothings. See, all the world is nonsense. These women and men who you love so much, sweet, they whisper nothing in your ear.
Sweet nonsense.
Sounds, oh, so sweet, nothing. Oh, I like these sweet nothings. Where did that saying come from? Krishna. He says, yeah, that's what they're whispering because you're overly attached to men and women and gold. It's all whispering sweet nada in your ear, nothing. You come here, you develop, you hear, you get purified, and the Lord will whisper sweet tangibles in your ear. You'll understand God language. You'll understand the great mystery and continually understand. It's fantastic. It's the real well, this relation. Yeah. Go ahead, read on.
Okay.
A little bit more. Already 2 hours, huh? I started late too. I started at 4:30 today.
Okay. One should know the Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is the representative of all the demigods.
See, and you can only know that by hearing. So you got to hear by the action of the book Bhagavat and a devotee Bhagavat. Then you can get purified. You come to that understanding. But you can see those who don't come, and they just come and they look in and they say, why are you worshiping this ordinary guy? Why are you believing in him? This guy's sahaja. But they don't spend time to hear, do they? They don't follow the process. And unless you follow the process, you can't know. And you come in and make these off the wall. You're see, that's the offense. The offense is to consider the devotee, the spiritual master, the acharya, as an ordinary person. That's the offense. And they disrespect them like that. But is that surprising? No. Until you come and you hear. See, Jesus said to his disciples, you are clean, see, cleansed by the word I spoke to you for 3 years. See, and then the Holy Spirit awakened in them. Here it works much faster, you notice? You don't have to sit here for 3 years. She heard for a week and boom. See, even before the purification is complete, right? Boom. Srimad Bhagavatam, it's even stricter, more difficult. It's by regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam and service to the devotee. That's usually a very long time. And then when your what do you call it? Your contamination is almost finished, almost to nil, then the love of God awakens in you. But when Lord Chaitanya's mercy now coming through our Sangha here, everything's speeded up, isn't it?
But he plants a seed, he waters it, and he takes out the weeds. So
yeah,
he does everything.
Everything, man. It's amazing.
So you don't need to be pure.
Yeah, I'm here to preach the grace. And all of us are here to preach the grace of Lord Chaitanya is upon the world now. Forget about these old paths of renunciations and difficult austerities and all the regulative and varnashram dharmas. That goes way, that's why it says, Prabodhananda Saraswati is speaking about now. He says, until a devotee who is like a bumblebee at the feet of Lord Chaitanya appears, varnashram dharma will be preached and all of that until the bumblebee devotees are here. Well, bumblebee devotees are here again. And therefore all these other paths that are that have been preached previously, even by Prabhupada, like Varnashram Dharma and regulative devotional service, becomes less significant. See, impersonal becomes insignificant. Pious deeds become insignificant. See, even the worship of Govinda becomes insignificant because Lord Chaitanya's mercy is being preached here, is more powerful than anything because we're bumblebees. You see bumblebees here, relishing these verses right before your eyes and shining bright, bright with ecstasy and bright with the deepest knowledge you never heard before. And the more you get purified, the more you'll appreciate. Right there, Lalita?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right there, Amy. Right there, everybody. We all want a garden with a personal gardener, especially when the gardener happens to be God. That's what you come to, you know. You'll be like Lord Chaitanya came to make copies of himself, in a sense, duplicates of himself, but they're perfect. They're empowered duplicates because that is our nature, is to be empowered. What's the difference between the sun and the sun ray? It's meant to be qualitatively the same, right?
Yeah.
So that's the purification. You come here with that, you'll get that kind of purification. You'll come to the point of becoming a gardener and the seed, because the seed has been sown in your heart. See, the seed of attraction to Krishna, you water it with all this tasty relish of the holy name and preaching and association here. You're watering it, and it grows more and 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 more. After a while, the years go by, and we're still growing, still eager to water that seed. It's grown into a big tree, and it's getting bigger. The tree, you ever see these big trees? They've been around a lot of years, right? 100 years, they're huge. That's our Sadhu Sangha, my friends. Trees getting big. So Philip says, read what Philip says here.
The true purpose of the union of man and woman, according to Barry Long, is to unite and recharge the Holy Spirit. But he said it was before men and women became sexual. He said that's why the religious practice celibacy. But he said they should have taught men and women to remain pure in their union.
Lalita doesn't like that.
No,
I don't think. Okay, read
no.
the first couple sentences there again.
The true purpose of the union of men and women according to Barry Long is to unite and recharge the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, you see, that's speculation. Sorry,
Oh,
but that's
totally.
yeah. So what I would say, if you want to listen to this opinion, okay, the true purpose of union. Well, see, Swab Dominar was empowered to straighten these kinds of things out because he's probably a devotee, you know, and maybe I don't know. So the true purpose of union of man and woman, according to Barry Long, is to unite and recharge the Holy Spirit. No, the Holy Spirit recharges us. And if you want to, the purpose of union between man and woman is to be in union with the Spirit of God, because that's how we recharge. When you see Lalita and I here together, you know, there's man and there's woman, right? And we're recharging by contacting the Spirit of Krishna or Christ or whatever you want to call it, Holy Spirit. It's recharging us. That's what we're meant to do.
Yeah.
That's so now, but now the union between man and woman is like the gross way of teaching in the world of Maya, the reflection. It shows you, oh, let me charge up. I know I've been in love before. I felt when I was with my woman I loved, I felt more power. I felt in kind of like more energy, more power, more or,
temporary.
it was not kind of, if it's natural, but it's still on the material level. Eventually, that lady that I love so much said, "Oh, one time you're a little bit too fat for me. I found a skinnier guy and I like him better." See, bodily stuff. And I would, "Oh, I lost all my empowerment, because see, it's not perfect. I don't lose that that was the training wheels. Oh yeah, I see. The Supreme Lord is I'm more of it. Like we're all more like a female type. We're meant to be in union with the Supreme Man, which is Krishna. See, and or Radha and Krishna, whatever it is. That's another subject. But to basically say Krishna, we're meant to be empowered by God. See, and now that's perfect union. Perfect union is the real union because that's eternal. God will never go. He won't treat me like my beloved woman or man. Because ultimately they fail us because they're meant to fail us. The house is rigged. Maya's rigged. If you put your faith in man or woman, you're gonna, as for union, or try to get the perfect union with them in the perfect way and all that. It never works properly. But man, does this work like a charm? You show me any other. I mean, you could say Barry Long says that, but you show me an example of where that's working perfectly. And I've seen so many teachers like this. Their process, they speak it, but it doesn't work. This works. This works. What I just said correctly works. Lalita is in union with the Lord, and you can see the result of that. It's beautiful, it's perfect. And her Lord doesn't leave unless you got a little bad association teacher or some lesson like, "Ooh, I don't like that manifestation of God. He likes her Krishna." See? And Krishna will never leave because she'll never leave. See, that's perfect union. That's what we're here to teach. What do you think of that, Barry? Or what's your name? Philip.
Philip. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I would respond to that. Because a lot of people, they're still, they're teachers, and people, they come and look up to them because they're charismatic. But usually their methods don't work perfectly. It's kind of a stage and a speculation stage. And it sounds better than just mundane, There's a little speculation and they get a little power in that. It's called glowworm. See? The truth is shining. See, the truth shines bright, clear, logical, ecstatic. Rabana, purity, real love. Yeah. So replying to Philip, religion was pure, it got polluted. Replying to Philip, religion was pure, it got polluted when men and women becomes corrupted and turned love into lust. No, religion has never been.
No.
Sorry, Nari. Religion is not pure. That's why it's called motivated religiosity in the Bhagavatam. See? It's just a step below religion. It's speculation in there. It's by professors who don't really understand. They speculate on the truth and it becomes religion. See? That's why you see Bhagavad Gita refutes you, Nari. Bhagavad Gita refutes you and says, abandon all varieties of religion and surrender to me. And that me is the conclusive truth and ecstatic worship of that truth. Conclusive truth is ascertained by ecstasy, by prema, by love for that truth. That's why you need a bona fide spiritual master, because 99.9% of the Vaishnavas are not at that platform yet. They still speculating, like even that there, Nari. I'm here to correct stuff like that. If you want to be corrected. You might disagree. You might disagree. Yeah, go ahead there, Lalita. What?
They mix different platforms. Transcendental love, you can't explain it with material love. Yeah, you can't mix it. It's a completely different platform.
Yeah, I mean, we're worshiping on a liberated platform in spirit and truth. See, in the holy, the pure spirit of God and the truth, the conclusive understanding. It's different. It's a whole nother level because people are held down to the mundane by speculation. That's called religion. They speculating on the word. That's Jesus was different because he took the essence of those scriptures and preached it. And those who took shelter of Guru Tattva, which was teaching mainly, I am the door. People went through the door. They listened to Jesus, got cleaned. He told them many esoteric, conclusive things. Many of them have been lost. Many of them are not even in the Bible. They're in actually, there's some people, there are other Bibles, other testaments that they didn't put in the Bible. But even those it's just the line is broken in many ways. The line is meant to be mended now a little bit. See? Same thing with our Vaishnava line. The line has been broken from Lord Caitanya. It started to be remended since Bhaktivinoda, Bhaktivinoda and Bhaktisiddhanta and Prabhupada. They're remending, and we're stitching it up, the final stitch. This finishes it. Ecstatic love finishes. I mean, once you get your relationship with Krishna, what do you need to be taught? The Lord will be this is the fulfillment of the verse of Isaiah. What we preach here is the fulfillment of the verse prophecy of Isaiah in the Bible. There'll be a time when nobody will have to be taught by man. You'll be taught by God.
Yeah.
This is the fulfillment. This is happening here. I don't need to be taught by man. I'm taught by God. And God comes through the real scriptures, the essence of them, and the Lord from within shows me these things, and from without shows me. He shows me outside and inside. That's perfection. That's why Prabhupada told me, you do this now.
Yeah.
You make others like that. There's nothing to be envious of here, even though you may have envy. You come here, you'll become as good as Guru, but in the right way, not in this competitive way, like some of the stuff that creeps up in people. Wanting, this person is more extended, this is more. No, you'll become like this, and it's wonderful. You'll see there's one teacher, the Christ within and the Christ without. The Christ without is the bona fide Guru, man. And they prove it. And then we're here to make Christ also without. That's Guru. Why shouldn't we have millions of Gurus in this world? The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Why can't we get at least 1,000 Christs here? Christ conscious persons like St. Paul's, and better even now because we got Lord Chaitanya's grace. He's a powerful preacher. And we got even more power here because of Lord Caitanya. The latest incarnation brought thousands of devotees who wrote thousands of wonderful books. We only have a small portion of those books because many of the Brahmins, as soon as they departed, they started using the books for the manuscripts for firewood. Unbelievable. They couldn't tell, That's why we got to keep the flame alive. And we do. Keep it burning bright in this world. While we're here, this is the light for the world, isn't it? Prove me there's a greater light than what's coming out of this Sangha. I haven't seen it. Greater truth than coming out of this Sangha. Greater ecstasy that's called light, conclusive truth, and ecstatic worship. That's Lord Chaitanya's style. That's Jesus' style, man. Holy Spirit worship. Yeah. Philip says, a YouTube video. What's that? Okay, I'll hopefully check it out if I remember.
Yeah, no matter how much wind there is, this fire needs to stay burning, man.
Yeah. Oh, the link. Can I click on the link? No, I can't click on the link. Sometimes you can't click on the link here. Yeah. I think I need to take a break. Let's take a break.
That's okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. Oh, Fanny song. Let's play the Fanny song. Oh, first of all, give us a word there, Lalita.
Yeah, you were talking about time. It's time now, etc., etc. And yeah, Prabhupada said, "Don't waste time. Don't waste time." He gave the life after life preaching, but meanwhile he said, "Don't waste time," and he gave the shortcut as well. So it's so powerful to know that this exists and that you can receive prema out of hands of Guru. That you don't have to follow all those rules and regulations, etc. But you just have to be here, associate with a real bona fide spiritual master, the finishing touch Guru. Yeah, and then you develop devotion, and then you're there. You're going back to Godhead. You are on your path. It's a completely different experience than what I see what they are doing. When I see what I experience, what they are writing down, those discussions that I have, it's there. You can see that people are still searching, quoting verses and still searching, not knowing what they are saying, actually, not knowing it deeply, being easily offended, very easily offended when you correct them, uh, even when you don't correct them, but when they feel corrected.
They say you're arrogant, right? They say
Yeah.
you're puffed up, you're proud.
Yeah. Well, I even don't talk about myself, only about my guru, but yeah. Yeah, but yeah, what to do? But like you say, we continue doing what we are doing because we continue to keep those flames, the fire alive, no matter how much they blow. No, we keep it alive. I don't hear you anymore.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can't blow this house down. It's just even Jesus talked about this. You need to build a strong house. The strongest house is on truth and on spirit, and we got it, man. See, that's why Jesus said, "Be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." You need one foundation. When you're building a house, like I'm watching the house built here, they're building really flimsy. Their foundation, these rods they put in, they're wire. The thing is going to come down. But they build it cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap house because it's not built. But down the street, man, they use these solid steel things stuck in the ground. Man, that thing, high quality building. This is high quality building. Solid building is on spirit and conclusive truth. While this is here, this preaching is here, this is solid, man. And more people will take shelter. That no quality building, a lot of people don't know. They'll go and buy an expensive house in that building right next door to me, and it's a piece of shit. But the people who know quality building, like I could see, well, that building is good. I would want to buy a place there. That thing is going to stand for 100 years. A little hurricane will come here next door, and boom, it's gone.
Yeah, Sim said why Prabhupada made so many disciples, but if you look at those temples, they are almost all empty.
Yeah.
In Belgium, the temples are empty. It's already finished.
That happens. Even in Christianity, the churches become more empty when the spirit starts to go. People, it's like they don't get what the rules. Who can follow in Kali Yuga? Who can be so strict in rules and get no transcendental taste? They start leaving. They go to other things or they get some some kind of taste, or back into the world where at least they get
In the
sense
world.
gratification. But here you're like a ghost. In temples, you can become a ghostly. If you can't taste this transcendental taste we do, then you can't, because the books, right? And the key, no sense gratification, no. So you're announcing you're like a ghost. You can't have material sense, you can't have spiritual gratification because you're still speculating, and your gurus can't bring you to the transcendental platform. But here you can get transcendental taste, and you can also enjoy the world befittingly, this normally, but you got transcendental taste. This is Lord Chaitanya style. That's what we do here. Yeah. So here's a Fanny song. I got to use this bathroom. I'll be right back. There it is.
The song is gone as well. He took the song with him. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You took the song with you. There is nothing.
That? Did that? Start with it.
He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, what's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is stay to
The sweet chanting of his name. Thank you very much, everybody. And Anybody wants to leave a donation, you can leave it at that place there on Wise there. Or, yeah, contact me if there's a problem some other way. Okay, thank you very much. Have a great day, everybody.